Thanks for watching County Report this week. I'm Susan Kennedy. The Fillmore in Silver Spring has officially opened for business. The old J.C. Penney building in Silver Spring has sat empty for years, but when the queen of hip-hop and soul, Mary J. Blige, took the stage to a packed house opening night, there was no doubt the house was rocking.
It's the grand opening of the Fillmore Concert Hall right here in downtown Silver Spring. Montgomery County residents are excited to experience world-class entertainment, starting with 9-time Grammy Award winner Mary J. Blige. After 10 long years of construction, the Fillmore in downtown Silver Spring, one of 6 in the nation, has opened its doors to a state-of-the-art music entertainment hall. And in grand style, the opening ceremony wasn't the typical ribbon cutting, but rather guitar smashing.
Welcome to the Fillmore! Woo! Yeah! Woo!
The 2,000 capacity Fillmore, which is owned and operated by Live Nation, has now joined the AFI Silver Theater and Discovery Communications as part of the exciting up-and-coming arts and entertainment district in Montgomery County.
We're excited about the new venue here. We don't have to go to D.C. to go see our artists that we like, so we're glad to be here and ready to enjoy.
The opening of the Fillmore is more than just an entertainment value. It brings a benefit of economic prosperity to the community and the vibrancy to the downtown Silver Spring area.
We anticipate that the state will get its investment back in about a year and a half. The county will get its investment back in about 2 years. And we ultimately own this particular facility here in Silver Spring, thereby creating a great destination, tax dollars, and vibrant entertainment for a large number of people who are starved for it today.
Tickets to the first concert to see Mary J. Blige were sold out as lines wrapped around the building.
I'm so excited. It's Mary. It couldn't be any better. I'm just so excited. And she just rode by her bus.
Mary J. Blige put on a great performance, and the opening of the Fillmore was a memorable one.
Make some noise. How y'all feeling tonight? I love it when it's intimate like this.
The Fillmore will cater to audiences of all ages and tastes, offering an array of diverse music and entertainment.
I just wanna make it right. Ooh.
Concerns about crime trends in some county parks brought council members from 2 committees together for an overview of these reports. Members heard how park police are working to address this issue with proactive patrols and community involvement.
Not necessarily for crime that's occurring in the park, but it may be occurring in the community around the park.
Representatives from Park Police and the Director of Parks were on hand with a presentation that showed council members just how they are handling the uptick in incidents. This on the heels of constituent concerns about crime trends in some of the down county urban parks that are close to residential neighborhoods.
A lot of break-ins are occurring near parks where the perpetrator can just break into someone's house and escape into the park, and they're even hiding merchandise, I'm told, in the parks till they can go back and pick it up. And so I'm hearing a lot of issues from neighbors and constituents who live near and around our parks. They love living near parks, but now it's becoming an issue of how safe are these communities, and they're not as safe as we once believed.
We also use directed patrols where we're focusing more efforts there.
Darian Manley of the Park Police says they are working with the community to suppress criminal activity in the parks and are encouraging positive, proactive activities for young people. Though Park Police are responsible for monitoring activities in the parks, they work cooperatively with county police during events and in sharing intelligence.
And whenever there's an opportunity for them to work on something with us, they jump on it, and we do the same for them.
Public Safety Committee Chair Phil Andrews says their efforts have been successful.
Well, it is important that our parks be safe, and by and large our parks are very safe, and our park police have done an excellent job of ensuring that, because they are one of our most valued resources in the county. They are used more than any other county service. About 85% of county residents use parks during the year, So they are a tremendous amenity, and we are determined to make sure they remain very safe.
The county executive has just wrapped up his latest town hall meeting. This time he was in Bethesda answering questions from an audience with concerns ranging from schools, public safety to the budget. Here are some brief highlights of that forum that took place at Westland Middle School.
I live here in Chevy Chase, and I represent thousands of residents that do not want to lose the Georgetown branch of the Capitol Crescent Trail. We'd like you to find an alternative route for the Purple Line because we don't want to lose this gem. The rest of the Purple Line for 13 of the 16 miles are going to be on streets. We have no alternative for a 20-acre park inside the Beltway.
Well, yes, we could consider that portion of it so that we don't lose the trail itself. And I think what we've looked at is at least the assurances that we will not lose it. I thought you were referenced to getting a new alignment altogether from the current alignment. I think that probably has passed in terms of our opportunity to impact that. But we can impact how and whether or not we can pick up the portions of the track that you've just described in totally removing some of those trees.
During budget deliberations last spring, council members raised questions regarding the county's policy on take-home vehicles for both county and public safety employees, specifically the number of take-home vehicles and the justification behind their assignments. These questions were first asked by Councilmember Hans Remer.
It's been a perpetual problem. The executive branch has proposed taking back about 14% of the vehicles and instituting new policies that they say will fix the problem of employees, not paying back the county for the value of the commute. What I am considering is whether this is something that can ever be fixed, because if administrators have tried so hard to fix it in the past and then a few years later we're back in the hole again, I think that's the history is a pretty good guide here on the future.
It was announced by Director of General Services David Dyes that 33 county government employee take-home vehicles have been eliminated. That is about 1/5 of the current take-home fleet. Still ahead on County Report this week, Lorna Virgili goes one-on-one with the county executive. We'll give you a sneak peek.
Stand by in the studio. You can push it on front.
5,
Go ahead and get a
4,
close up of Fred.
3,
Ready,
2, 1.
Next to camera 1. Ready, 2. Take 2. Mike and Q.
Oh, Don Moore is welcome.
Come out wide, 1. Come out wide. Ready, 2. Take 2. Ready, camera 1. Ready to mix to 1. Mix to 1. Ready, VTR.
7.
Roll VTR.
5, 4, 3, 2,
and fade
1.
off.
Have you been thinking about replacing an old appliance? Well, new energy-efficient appliances can save you money. All electricity utility companies serving Montgomery County are offering rebates to their customers under the Governor's Empower Maryland initiative. Go to the website of your utility company to see what their rebates are, and for more information from Montgomery County, go to www.montgomerycountymd.gov/DEP.
Welcome back to County Report this week. The City of Rockville's Canine Unit has been in existence for 7 years. Made up of 2 canines, the officers and their handlers have forged a special bond with the Czech Republic Embassy since the dogs hail from the Czech Republic. Our Rockville 11's Bridget Breuer was at a recent mayor and council meeting where the new Czech Republic ambassador received a certificate of appreciation. Bridget?
That's right. It was a night that went to the dogs. Rocco and Boomer, originally from the Czech Republic and part of Rockville's Canine Unit, were recognized at a mayor and council meeting where the new Czech ambassador stopped by to say thank you for the special relationship with the city.
Czech Ambassador Peter Gondolovic was happy to meet one of Rockville's canine officers. He was in Rockville to receive a certificate of appreciation from the city, recognizing the special relationship between Rockville and the Czech Republic.
The relationship, of course, is now based on the dogs, which may sound quite surprising for your community, but I think that it may not be the end of our relationship. We certainly may find many other opportunities for learning about each other.
Corporal Heath Marshall and Canine Officer Boomer, along with Corporal Dickerson and Rocco, make up the city's canine unit.
Our canine unit started approximately 7 years ago when Corporal Dickerson obtained the first dog, Rocco, who was from the Czech Republic. And about 3.5, almost 4 years ago, we picked up our second dog, Boomer, which I have, also from the Czech Republic. And since then, we've been going strong. His dog is patrol and narcotics trained, and Boomer is trained for patrol and explosives.
We obviously are pretty active at night. We do a lot of work where the guys, you know, it may not be a huge find or a huge bust of drugs, but anytime we find somebody out here, it's a time where the officers may have, but it would have either taken them a lot longer or they may not have found them at all. So, you know, and it keeps them out of harm's way. And I mean, obviously, anytime we can get any type of drugs off the street and out of our community, that's a good thing too.
The relationship started back in 2008 when representatives from the Czech Embassy saw Rockville 11's documentary Canine Cops, an in-depth profile piece on the canine unit. Since that time, our canine officers have been invited to perform demonstrations at the embassy to inform the public about the program and its benefits. To learn more about the Rockville Canine Unit or watch Rockville 11 productions featuring the Canine Unit, go online to rockvillemd.gov/police. For County Report This Week, I'm Bridget Breuer.
A program Montgomery County Police use in its missing persons cases is the Project Lifesaver program. Officer Rebecca Innocenti from Montgomery County Police is here to tell us about it. Rebecca, tell us how this program works.
Thank you, Susan. The Project Lifesaver program is a program designed to help people who often wander and find difficulty in returning to their home. These are people with such medical conditions as Alzheimer's and autism. The Montgomery County Police Department works with family members and caregivers to place a bracelet on the affected person's wrist or ankle, and that bracelet emits a signal. So if the person does wander, Montgomery County police officers, who are specially trained for this, use equipment to track that person's bracelet signal and ultimately locate that person. Now, this program is completely free to all participants in Montgomery County and is located throughout the entire county. Today, we have approximately 66 clients who use the Project Lifesaver program in Montgomery County.
It really does sound like a great program. What can folks do if they're interested in signing up?
Sure. Well, there are certain criteria that do need to be met in order to enroll in this program. So the police department strongly encourages caregivers and family members who think this might be helpful for their loved one to certainly call the police department. They can call 301-926-7797 and speak with a Project Lifesaver police officer, or they're more than welcome to go to our Montgomery County Police Department website, locate the Project Lifesaver heading, and apply online.
Terrific. Some real useful information there. Thanks so much, Officer Rebecca Innocenti, Montgomery County Police. This week, County Executive Ike Leggett sat down for a one-on-one interview, and among the issues discussed, his proposed legislation calling for a teen curfew. The curfew would restrict youths under the age of 18 from gathering and remaining in public places between 11 p.m. and 5 a.m. Sunday through Thursday, and between midnight and 5 a.m. on Friday and Saturday. The county is considering the curfew as a means to improve safety and curb juvenile-related crimes.
This is not a panacea for all crimes. It's not a panacea for all youth crimes. This is our best estimate of where we think we should draw the lines. It's consistent with what we've seen in other jurisdictions. And no, it will not solve all crimes of people who are over that age. It will not solve all the challenges of problems that happened prior to the curfew. But at least it's a start and it's in the right direction, and I'd much rather err on the side of at least making an attempt in an area that we know we have a problem, even though we have not consumed the entire challenge that we have. That's for another day and for another time for us to go back and look at other tools that may address those who may be involved in crime, who are above that age, or times in which crime has been committed prior to that time. Keep in mind, we're doing additional things as well in order to address this overall challenge.
Two components, parents and obviously the youth. What do you say to the youth that are perhaps a little bit up in arms saying, well, we're going to pay for the behaviors of a few, and we're going to be punished for those behaviors when we don't? What do you say to those, to that segment of the population?
While the few is a large number, we're talking about a considerable number of crimes that have occurred in Montgomery County. We're also talking about young people who may be victims of crime. We're also talking about young people who may go out and be caught up in the atmosphere of the moment and become criminal suspects are lured into crime by people who are much older than gang members. One of the things that have occurred is that when you've had curfews, it has been shown, especially in the District of Columbia, where young people who have been the victims of crime, that number has gone down as well. And so we support that idea that young people who may be out, who are innocent, who are out late at night, could become victims of crime, so we've supported that. We've addressed a huge problem of those young people who may be engaged potentially and caught up in the atmosphere of committing crimes itself. And so I look at that. I think that you come away with a benefit for everyone and for the entire community.
Still to come on County Report this week, we'll take to the skies with a club that's been in existence for more than half a century. And some Montgomery College students get some life skills lessons. Keep it here on County Report this week. Welcome back to County Report. Montgomery College is partnering with Accenture, the global management consulting, technology services, and outsourcing company, on an innovative program for students. Here's Montgomery College Television's Michael Brown with the details.
The program is designed to help Montgomery College business students acquire the skills to succeed in the workforce and in life. Montgomery College's Dr. Clarice Summersall was instrumental in putting it together.
To give the students an opportunity to rub shoulders with the business executives, to go to a day of service, and in December to visit the East Coast headquarters of Accenture to find out more about what it means to be an executive in an international company.
The first phase of the program is a series of lectures by Accenture executives.
The executive will come and talk about his or her experiences in becoming executives at Accenture and the skills and knowledge that they believe that the students need to have in order to be successful in this very competitive workplace.
The students in attendance seem to get a lot out of that first lecture, entitled, "So You Want to Be a CEO? Skills to Succeed."
I felt like it hit home on certain points, like emphasized the need to be disciplined and just be a good listener and be able to deal with people, be able to communicate with people. It re-emphasized my strength, and I feel like I have more confidence because of this presentation.
And MC Professor Jacqueline Middleton thinks the program and lectures dovetail perfectly into the current MC business curriculum.
The speakers were talking about the skills that they need to have in the world of business, and I think because of what the students are doing in the classroom through their individual business plans and their team, their international team projects that they're doing, I think that was well presented, and I think the students understood that. So those were my expectations, is that the students learned from people who are in the industry in Accenture, who are executives, that talked about international business and talked about being an entrepreneur.
Recently, as part of the Heritage Montgomery celebrations, folks from the county-based DC Radio Control Club put on an air show of different sorts for folks. It's a hobby for kids and adults who sometimes still think they are kids. Our photographer Mike Springerth brings us the story.
Today, the DCRC Club at the Walt Goodfield is being one of the stops for Heritage Days Montgomery. So every year, the county asks us to make our site available for spectators to come, and they ask us to put on a good show with our model planes so that as one of the stops on the tour, people can go by and see what it is that we do here at the model airport.
It's fast. Fast and very high.
The relationship we have with the county is terrific. And because of that relationship with the county, we've got probably the best facility on the East Coast right here in Montgomery County. Well, we have about 200 members from the Montgomery County area.
It's supposed to be
decked out me. I got into sport 3 years ago. I was a scale pilot for 15 years. I decided to get into RC. It's just as challenging, and it's actually at times a little bit more difficult. And I've got a really strong crosswind landing. These planes can fly differently than actual scale aircraft fly, so they're fun to fly.
We see a lot of spectators come by and they ask questions about the airplane.
I can't believe they have jets now. I never knew that they had jets.
One of the questions we get a lot about the jet airplanes is how fast do they go?
The AMA legally limits us to 199 miles per hour, and we try to stay within those ranges.
A lot of the guys are either ex-military or work for the military.
The guy who's flying this plane is one of our members, Nir Schweitzer.
And getting into what we call the Harrier.
Who's a former Israeli Air Force fighter pilot, was doing a maneuver that's called hovering, where the thrust of the airplane is actually greater than the weight of the airplane, and it can actually be suspended by the propeller.
Turning the airplane into a helicopter. And when aboard, I can get out of it, and now what I'm going to do, what we call a Harrier roll.
We see a lot of spectators come by and they ask questions about the airplanes. They ask how long did it take to build them, and how much did they cost, and how do they fly, and how difficult is it to fly. Many of the members started building models when they were young. They got started as kids. In fact, one of our members, David Drazen, has taken the initiative to get a bunch of small balsa wood airplanes for the kids that they can put together and fly and try out right here at the field today, and perhaps someday become new members of our club.
And I think that was one of the best ones today I saw.
Well, lucked out there. I was like, hey, good day, good day.
Cell phones can now be used to pay for parking at almost 12,000 meters in each of Montgomery County's parking districts. Tom Pogue from the Department of Transportation tells us how to use this time-saving program.
Hi, I'm Tom Pogue, Community Relations Manager for the Department of Transportation. Here's an update from Montgomery County. The Division of Parking has now expanded its popular pay-by-cell phone system to include the Wheaton Parking Lot District, in addition to Bethesda and Silver Spring. By summer, we'll add Montgomery Hills and North Bethesda for a total of 11,000 meters. The program adds to the existing methods of payment: quarters, the monthly permit, and the cash key. A great feature of pay-by-cell is your ability to receive a text message reminder when your parking time is about to expire. If this happens and you need more time, simply extend the parking session by phone, as long as the maximum parking time on the meter is not exceeded. Unlike the other payment options, you can also stop the parking session by phone when you return to your car, so you don't pay for parking time you don't use. And you'll be able to view a record of your parking transactions online. Note there is a 35-cent transaction fee for each parking session. For more information on pay-by-cell or to register for an account, go to our website at montgomerycountymd.gov/mcdot. We're working to keep you moving conveniently.
Up next on County Report, Kathy Stanhope will be here with a pair of canines who need a new home. But first, Tacoma Park is gearing up for its annual street festival. We'll tell you more when we come back.
I want to go swimming. I want to go to camp.
Fitness classes for me.
I want to play softball.
Make everyone in your family happy. Call the Montgomery County Department of Recreation at 240-777-6800. Your recreation destination.
2 outs with a runner on first base. Now the big guy comes up with that, hitting .342 with 92 RBIs and 36 homers.
Chill raw and prepared foods promptly. 1 in 6 Americans will get sick from food poisoning this year. Keep your family safer. Check your steps at foodsafety.gov.
Thanks for watching County Report. The Tacoma Park Street Festival is a family-friendly music and crafts festival in downtown Old Tacoma Park. Hosted by the Old Tacoma Business Association, this annual event is set to take place this year on October 2nd. Here's a quick preview.
Sunday, October 2nd will mark the 30th annual Tacoma Park Street Festival.
And my mojo work just don't work on.
Hosted by the Old Tacoma Business Association, the festival is held in downtown Old Tacoma.
Leave it on, leave it on, leave it on. Leave your hat on, baby. Leave it on, leave it on, leave it on.
With 3 music stages and hundreds of community organizations, artisans, food vendors, children's activities, and even a farmer's market, this day-long event is free.
Leave it on, leave it on.
Made possible with the help of community volunteers, the proceeds raised by the event will go towards the promotion of local businesses and the beautification of the Old Tacoma area. Join us on this first Sunday of October and enjoy the lovely, beautiful Main Street Tacoma.
Well, there are some things.
For more information on the festival, visit tacomafestival.com. In our Pet of the Week segment, Kathy Stanhope has 2 dogs who are in need of a new home. Maybe you are just the person to offer these to your heart and your home.
I'm here with a load of towels that I'm bringing down to donate. Remember, the animals can always use towels, blankets, sheets, old rugs, quilts, anything like that. Bring them down to the Humane Society. They'd really appreciate it. Now let's go in and see what we have for the Pet of the Week this week. We picked out 2 wonderful dogs to be our Pet of the Week. This is Gypsy, an Australian Shepherd. She's a spayed female and she's about 7. And this is Boomer on my left, the black and white guy. He's 5. He's a neutered male. They are a bonded pair. They've lived together their whole lives. And they've obviously been on a farm because my information about them tells me that they're very comfortable with horses. So if you have a stable or a ranch, these are 2 dogs that are grown up around horses. They really like to be around horses, and they really like to be around each other. They're medium-sized dogs. They're middle-aged. They have a lot of good years left to go, and they're very well behaved. As you can see, they're sitting here nicely. They're just a lot of fun, and they'd really like to go home together, but it's not absolutely necessary. If you really have your heart set on one, we can separate them. But as I said, it would be just so nice to keep them together. They do get along well with other dogs. Gypsy sometimes likes to know another dog before she wants to play with her, but they are very nice dogs together, and they'd be a lot of fun for you to take home. And remember, if you're even not on the market for adopting a dog right now, you can help out the Humane Society by coming down and volunteering. If you're looking to lose a little weight or you want to start a new exercise program, we've got a wonderful idea for you. Come and be a dog walker. We especially need dog walkers during the midweek or midweek evenings. We need people to just come and walk 1 dog at a time, and the dogs love the chance to get out of the pen, and you'll love the exercise that you'll get, and you'll love the good feeling that you'll get by getting the dogs out of the pen, because they get so happy to see someone to love. They really want the attention. They'll really appreciate it, and you'll feel good about yourself. So give us a call at 240-773-5967 or visit us on the web at mchumane.org. You'll definitely want to come down and meet Boomer and Gypsy.
And finally, the Council will be holding its 2nd Teen Town Hall meeting on Wednesday, October 12th. The forum will be held at the Council Office Building and will begin at 7:30 p.m. Young people of all ages are encouraged to come and ask the questions about their county and the issues most important to them. Well, that does it for this edition of County Report This Week. Be sure to tune in again next week for a look at what's going on inside Montgomery County. I'm Susan Kennedy. Thanks for watching.